That was nice. I clicked it, and then there was drama, and here we are. So we're back.
All right.
Oh, Doc is here early.
Start your
Almost.
music, man.
I have music.
Your intro.
Oh, I didn't do an intro.
Oh
I'll do
boy.
this intro. Hey, Doc.
Yo,
Sorry, no intro, so we're just gonna play the emergency theme. Tell
Joe,
me. We go.
Doc's low, man.
hello.
All right. So
I
here
can
we
kick
are.
him up some.
Didn't think we were going to make it tonight, honestly.
It's been a weird week. It's only Tuesday.
It's been a weird 7 days.
I'm turning it off.
So just going to jump right into it. I don't know who knows the band Old School, but our drummer Mike Calamia had an unfortunate flood in his house last week, and all of his stuff, musically speaking, is on the first level of his house, and he had 6 inches of water in the very center of it. The floor must taper out as it gets to different ends of the house, and it was not good. He lost a lot of stuff, and it's going to be a regrouping period on that front. But pretty interesting. Had to get a new heater, a 2-year-old heater, water fitment valve of some sort failed
Mm,
and resulted in everything going.
that sounds made up.
No,
No, I know.
he watched the water come out and
Yeah, I get it.
had to shut the water off. And he is I like the screaming kids. He has a well pump, so the water just kept coming and coming,
And breathing and
Yeah.
slobbering and
I tell you, man.
So how is it, any other damage to his stuff?
It's all being determined. I mean, there's no
Still.
Hit tear all the carpeting out. The walls have damage. He did lose a couple guitar amplifiers. Some PA equipment was partially submerged. We don't know to what extent some of that damage is.
Oh my god!
I know that my mains were there. My main speakers for the JBLs that I use for the Old School shows, and they were wet on the very bottom. We don't know if it how far it got into them. So we'll figure it out. And there's other. Listen, I'm like a fucking cockroach, man.
Yeah.
I got plenty of stuff. I can make a show come together in 15 minutes if I have time to drive home.
Holy shit, man! That's crazy though.
Yeah.
And he's really been looking at that for a while, because I know last week we were talking about it, and he was still ascertaining everything. But it's water; it's going to dry. And
Yeah, it's a mess.
holy shit!
Yeah, so there's that whole thing going on.
Brooks wants
And
to know
then
if he can donate money to the cause.
Just come to the shows. But
well, he's a little far.
yeah, he might be. Yeah, sorry.
That'd be a
But
long drive,
He
and we drink a lot, so we're bad influences on you.
he had no drum set up. I don't even know if right now there's one set up. So I asked him to come over here on Saturday night so I could just bang on the drums for a little bit because my wife was out of town. My mother-in-law locked herself in her room, and that's fine. She's usually locked up anyway.
The
like
thing
how-
of it is
I like
that
how you-
I just lock myself in the room, and I don't know.
I like how you used her as a prop on Halloween.
Yeah, well, it was unintentional, but it worked out well.
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, she yep. Yeah, she's something. She's a different one. So
my
anyway, yeah, that was a whole thing. There's just stuff going on. But I went to see George Lynch on Friday
I was
night.
going to ask you about that. Yeah, how was that?
Wow. What? So I really didn't go to see George Lynch. I went to see Dokken.
Yeah.
And
Well,
originally the show was billed as George Lynch, and his band Lynch Mob, and then Dokken. And
that
then
just sounds weird.
henceforth, Lynch Mob, they changed their name to something different, and they are not touring with him. So he just gets on the stage each night and does 3 songs or 4 songs at the very end.
Shit.
Suffice to say, it was a little bit of a letdown that he wasn't on stage very long. But I will say that John Levin, who's the current guitar player for Dokken, did a competent, excellent job doing what he does, and he's a very good guitar. I mean, he's as good a clone of George Lynch, if you will, as anybody out there. That being said, tonally speaking and attack wise, and I'm getting into maybe guitar terms, the difference between the two of them was stark when George came out.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
you heard him start his opening notes, and you're just like, holy shit, we're on a whole nother playing field.
Well, he's just a beast. I mean,
It was unbelievable. I mean, like, I would say that for the guitar players who might be listening or who were at the show, or if you're listening to the podcast, you can, as my friend from Vice Grip Garage says all the time, you can bleep bloop your comments down below underneath in the commentary section. George uses probably a third less distortion gain as John Levin and achieves pretty much a better overall tonal quality. And then that's not a shot at John Levin. He uses a high gain situation. I will say this. I opened for Dokken back in like 2008 at Crocodile Rock. I opened for those guys. And, you know, I was privy to stand literally on the edge of the stage and watch everything that happened from right in front and to the side where John Levin was at. I was sort of on the backstage flank. And John Levin at that time was using Splon amplifiers with a TS9 overdrive pedal, distortion, whatever you want to call it, pedal. It's the green Ibanez pedal that everybody lusts after. And I will say that his tone on that show was markedly different from what I was hearing during this show. This was a lot more, dare I say it to the people out there listening in all guitar snobbery, more Black Star-ish, Black Star amps. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't say line 6, but it just really wasn't a true, delicious, meaty tone that I'm accustomed to hearing. It was a good tone. It was an interesting tone. He played flawlessly, and he is a brilliant guitar player, beyond my grasp of the guitar by tenfold. And that, you know, honestly, like, I can't do any of that shit. I am a meat and potatoes blues player, baby. But you know, I literally started to fill with tears of joy watching George. And I've seen George a million times. I've seen him. I saw him at Sam Ash one time, where, funnily, before I knew Mike Calamia in Old School, he was the drummer that sat in with George when they needed it. They needed some people to come up and play. Mike and a couple guys from the store, Ted, a guy named Ted who worked there at the time, and I knew, played bass, and Mike got up and played drums with him. They did Mr. Scary, you know. I mean, and Mike did it note for note, spot on. I was like, that guy's a good drummer. Like, it was one of the considerations when he mentioned to me that he would be interested in possibly coming to the band. You know, you played with George Lynch and didn't fuck up.
Yeah, that's a pretty good resume right there. That's all. That's really all you need to put on the paper. And George Lynch did not break a guitar with the back of my neck.
Tip of the iceberg of what Mike can do. So that was cool. It was a fun night. I saw a ton of people I know. It was a sausage fest out the Yin Yang. Ew. And here's a funny story. So okay, let's go back in time. Well, let me frame this.
I'm going to get Mr. Peabody and
before the band went on. You know, it was, you know, I'd been drinking copiously.
Really?
I was at the Keswick Tavern across the street with son. We were drinking up. So my son and I headed up to the Ben's room to go to the bathroom. And as we're standing in line, people started talking about the last time they saw Dokken and this and that. And somebody brought up the fact that at one of the shows at the Spectrum that Twisted Sister opened for Iron Maiden. I don't know how this all happened. And somebody threw fireworks.
Oh.
And I said, well, I was there, and I was with the guy that threw the fireworks, which people look at you incredulously like that, you know, you're just making that up. I did not make that up.
It happens, man.
I gotta fix my microphone because it's running away from me here.
It's not quite erect.
No. My friend who, he may be listening. His name's Ken, and he's one of my best friends from growing up. He had a wild period in his life. He's now a very conservative guy and works a very respectable job. So I won't mention his last name. We went to the show, and he brought a string of firecrackers with him. Yeah. And at some point during Twisted Sister, we were on the first row in the balcony, the first balcony. He decided that he would light the firecrackers and throw them out over the audience.
Always a good plan.
Well, he has some experience with them, and the firecrackers proceeded to
Bugs
blow
Bunny's
up.
horrified.
I know. They blew up, and they stopped the show. Dee Snider stopped the band and asked them to turn the lights on.
World-class home.
So at the time, and so it was funny. So there was another set of conversations that go along with this. So when that happened, I turned to my buddy Larry, who I spent Saturday night with here. He hung out at my house. We were jamming. My girlfriend at the time, her name was Kim, and said Ken person. And I said, when those lights come on, and this was a very fast conversation because it was,
I don't know you.
Turn around and look up behind us. At which point, by the time the lights came on, we were looking behind us up like, yeah, I wonder where that came from. It worked.
Yeah, my mom's friend Marie used to do that when she farted.
It worked, but there are hundreds and hundreds, well, thousands of people, I should say, that were at this show. Recall that moment, and it really, really, really happened. If you know anybody who was at this Iron Maiden Twisted Sister show, they will tell you about said event.
I have read about it.
You read about
I
it?
have read about it.
Come
I
on
I
now.
read about. Yeah, I did. When you mentioned that he stopped the show, I was like, I remember hearing about that.
Wow.
somehow. Yeah.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty scary. I thought we were going to go to jail, end up in juvie hall, like, accomplice to the act, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, we all go through that.
So it was, and that wasn't the first or second or last time that Ken and I had some run-ins with the proverbial law over explosives.
Yeah, you got to be careful they don't like fall into somebody's like eye or something and go off.
We had some run-ins in Pennypack Park. If you're from Northeast Philly, you know where I'm talking about, on the
Oh, that was you.
the 100-footer bridge.
Oh, you've mentioned that before.
Anyway, so then in another side story, my buddy Russ was at the show with us. Russ from Instinct.
I apologize. This is the loudest drink I've ever had.
I think it adds levity. We're talking about Dee Snider, and Russ goes, "Oh yeah, I just got done selling him some Maui gyms," because Russ is the Maui gym rep for the Northeast corridor of the United States. And I'm like, "Are you serious?" And he hit his phone, and there's Dee's contact information, which I did not memorize or put in my brain, maybe. And I said to Russ, because we
Put
played
it in the links.
way back when, sometime in the 2000s, Russ and I did a reunion show. Hello, Mr. Noble. You should just get in the car, drive down. We'll hook up a microphone. You have nothing else going on. Your wife's away. Come on in. I'll open the garage door.
Yeah, that's how I get in.
That's how Jim gets in.
Yeah.
Anyway.
like a rat.
So Russ, Russ and I were laughing about this story, and I said to Russ, I said, remember when we played on the same bill as Dee's son? He goes, yeah. I said, you remember how his son's band used our backline equipment because they didn't have any equipment for some reason, and they asked if they could borrow ours, and we graciously said yes, and didn't get a thank you from that kid at all. He was a little full of himself that night. That's cool, Billy. It would be great if you came down. Seriously, it'd be funny because you're a funny fucking guy. Yeah. I mean, all the guys in the band thanked us for the backline equipment. And when I say backline, if you don't know what backline is, when you play a show, the guitar amplifiers, typically the drums, not the cymbals, minus the snare and the bass equipment. Usually that's referred to as backline. So, in a lot of shows where you have a lot of bands playing, typically one band or a promoter provides backline equipment for people to just plug in their amplifier heads and things like that. I am a criminal, Billy, and were you at the show? So Yeah, very interesting series of events. And I've digressed 15 minutes off our time frame of our big scheduled show.
Oh yeah,
Discussing all this.
No worries.
It's cool though. I mean, you think about that. That's actual like Philadelphia rock and roll history that happened there. And I'm kind of I hate to say it, but I'm kind of proud that I was a part of it.
Yeah, all my criminal activities aren't all that famous. A couple are infamous, but I ain't.
It got worse as the night got on because the guy sitting next to me was doing, I think, acid or something.
Oh God!
And he had whatever he was on. He was not with us, but he was sitting next to us. He had this flip out session, and he took the arm of the chair. If you remember the Spectrum, they had like these metal armed chairs with like a little padded or something on it. And he started violently shaking the chair back and forth.
I'm sure the chair started
for an extensive amount of time. And at some point, the pieces broke off.
It takes a lot to break one.
Well, he was hopped up on something.
Jesus.
And then he started throwing the parts into the audience out on the floor.
Good.
Yeah. So that probably really did do damage to somebody.
Yeah, that's a big Philly thing.
Hopefully he didn't hit the soundboard, although I didn't hear any change in the sound. So
I have seen that at concerts.
That was terrifying. Like I'm like, dude, we don't need any more attention to this area after the last thing.
Well, then you just blame it all on him.
Well, yeah, but then they would have tested for dust.
No, they don't do that.
They would have tested for dust.
They're not going to give you a Limoges test.
Would have been bad. I'd been in jail.
No.
I was freaking out. I was higher than
the guy ripping a chair apart?
The Empire State Building. I was trying to think of something politically correct to say.
I remember one time I got fingerprinted at a police station for a job. At that police station, ironically enough. And I remember I went in for the interview and they took me down to where they interrogate prisoners.
Yeah, that makes you feel good for the job.
Yeah.
Interview.
Oh, it was a dungeon. It was dark and like you just.
I'd like to work for these people.
I'm just sitting down there like, holy shit, this is terrible. And the guy's like, yeah, just fill this out and we'll be right back. And he they fingerprint me everything. I'm like, oh man, I'm thinking like it's going to be in Scamods or something. There's like, I'm going to come up in APHIS and get busted for something like I did when I was like 14.
Serious, privacy thing, I would think.
Well, yeah, Caitlin's got her fingerprints on file for getting a job at the YMCA.
Well, you know what they say about the YMCA.
It's fun to stay there.
Yep.
Okay.
Fun to stay there.
No, I won't do it.
Yeah. That's one of those songs you just that and In the Navy you don't want to be singing at a urinal by accident. Not that I've ever done that.
No.
Just saying. I meant to ask, how was Dunn's voice? Did he did he sing or did
it was about as good as it can get. There were points where he sounded okay, but there were a lot of the reading the phone book moments.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
At M3, he
can't hit the high notes. So,
yeah.
So Bill, by the way, Billy's talking about he was, I guess, at this show where Slayer played at Pulsations and the crowd.
Oh yeah.
I was there for one of, I'm not mistaken, it was the last Metal Monday. The crowd destroyed Pulsations. I was there for Ace Frehley. The only thing he destroyed was himself. He was annihilated, and T's opened up.
Why would Slayer even be at Pulsations?
Well, they were having live music shows there. Because,
I know that, but I mean, this wasn't that kind of place.
But this is as often happens in some of these former dance clubs. When they get to the end of the line, they were hiring the heavy metal bands to come in and fill the nights up where they, couldn't get the disco dancers in. Because the disco dancers, it's appropriate that we're playing, YMCA.
Perfect, yeah.
They would come in, Friday and Saturday. Sunday night, it's metal night. I mean, that's how it was. The Empire Rock Club was metal Sundays, and Billy was talking about a Monday. It was metal Mondays down at Pulsations.
And I remember stuff like that, but Slayer just seems a little.
That you hire who's going to fill the room.
Like, is that what happened to Pulsar? They just ripped him to shreds.
I had the Pulsar action figure that pumped the blood.
Oh, not that one. The robot from Pulsations.
Oh, I don't know, but that they had.
It was on TV recently.
They had the original the original Peter Chris Cats from the Destroyer tour, or I think that's what it was from. They had them on stage from Peter. His on stage props were on the stage somewhere at Pulsations, apparently.
Oh, they had tons of shit. Yeah.
And now those, I believe, are at a rehearsal studio somewhere in New Jersey.
That place had all kinds of crazy stuff, and weirdly, like celebrities used to get. Like, I was like, well, how the hell did I get into this place? Because I used to like. I mean, I remember taking a friend of mine there. He'd never been there before. You know how everybody used to dance.
Call in, Billy.
They used
Just
to-
get on the freaking thing. You can figure out the Podbean things
Yeah.
and call in. It'll be funny.
Girls used to dance on the risers.
Well, they were doing that. So I went there. I went there a few times for the dance club because I dated a very attractive young lady who liked to dance.
Yeah,
and
that was the way it went back then.
she was attractive. Anyway, so she said she wanted to go to dance club. I went to the dance club, and we would go to Pulsations. We went to Flanagan's on South Street.
I hated that place.
And here's the best story with her. Go to Flanagan's with her. I go into the urinals, I'm taking a whiz, and this guy is standing next to me, this big fucking monster muscle dude. And he goes, I know your girlfriend. And I'm like, oh, I used to date her. And I'm like,
Nice.
Billy, I was on Dancing on Air, just so you know. But it's what you do for the pussy.
Oh dear. Yeah, I
Anyway.
used to get yanked to those places all the time. We always had to be the first two out on the floor, where you can't hide.
Mm.
Yeah, I hated that shit.
I used to go with her to the Heartthrob Cafe, but that was okay because my buddy Rich worked there. He was the door guy, and we were sub 21. It's I guess at this point there's no statute of
Nah, fuck it.
Yeah, so
we used to get in those places
we
too.
were going in there, and I was
Touche back before it was a thing. Ice when it was whatever the hell that became.
he's out of control.
He-
You need to call in, Billy, and start saying this stuff. It would work better. Oh my God, those were some fun times. I did.
Yeah, I remember we got up on the risers one time, and there was this other girl with us. So it was like the two chicks and I, and we're dancing, and the girl just backed up a little bit, all the fog, and she just vanished. She stepped right off, and they were like 9-10 feet high.
That's not good.
She just walked off the
Well,
thing.
they had
and
those
vanished.
go-go cages up in.
Dude, there was one time we were there, and they did Love Shack by the B-52s because they had live stage shows.
That's the time I was dating that girl. It was
Jesus Christ. I mean, it was like porn. I
Yeah.
was like, I was not like some virgin little child or anything, but I was shocked.
I'll tell you another story. I worked, worked fast forward many years to the 90s.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you're
And-
God,
and-
we got to do something.
And I'm out of that whole thing. This is post playing in bands for a little while. And one of the ladies I worked with turns to me at a job, and I've worked with her at multiple places. Somehow we ended up being at different places together. And the first place I worked with her at, she was slamming. Just a body, but she had a protection system built in.
Oh, that's
Now,
terrifying.
the second job I run into her at,
So buttery.
maybe,
Hmm.
well, the body protection system kicked in at that point. And she told me at the first job how she was a dancer at Pulsations. She was one of the
Oh,
Pulsations
dear
dancers.
Lord.
And the people at my second job, after she left, I told them, because she left the job after I was there for about a year, I said, she used to be one of the go-go girls at Pulsations. They're like, no. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, no way. No, can't picture it. And I'm like, yep,
Yeah, it goes fast.
it really happened. So I just found some video of Pulsations.
Oh, God.
Let's see what.
Well,
Let's see what.
know
There's the robot. In
You know
fact,
the show The Goldbergs?
yeah. Well, they talk about that place, right?
Preston and Steve started talking about it, and somebody overheard their show, and they got in touch with the guy who owns that thing, and that's why it was on the show.
You know who the manager of the show, the Pulsations, was at that time? John Taffer. Bar Rescue. That was his night club. Well, he didn't own it,
But
but
that was fucked up. Did you ever see that thing come out of the
it came out
spaceship?
it came out of the spaceship from the ceiling.
That Jesus Christ.
Now it's just a microphone with one of these on it.
You know what I'm saying?
Ladies like mine, because I can last all night long. Are you ready, Martin? Your ship has come in. Associate aliens, take him aboard.
It's like Lenny Martelli.
Well, what do you think, people? Should we take him away?
Oh, that's the shit. Yeah, that's the shit that comes out of the ceiling.
Martin, stand by. Scotty, prepare to beam him aboard. Okay, Martin, we'll see you later. Let's hear it for Martin Keown.
Damn.
Wonder what year this was.
I didn't think like people could actually go up into that thing.
All right.
I didn't either.
Yo, baby, yo, baby, yo.
Oh dear Christ, no! It was this the 90s.
It's got to be. I mean, he was doing the was
Oh, that yo baby, yo. That's from Beverly Hills Cop 2.
okay.
Okay.
But what about the barking? I thought that was what's his name's
Arsenio.
show? But he wasn't on in '87, was he?
I think he was.
Was that
yeah.
'87?
Yeah.
Holy moly!
I think he was doing that. What was that show with Nina Peoples? He had after that too.
Because the Arsenio Hall show is what I remember it from.
Yeah.
But I guess that was just a more of a.
It was
more
like
of
Eddie
old-
Murphy was like he went up behind some guy in Beverly Hills Cop 2, put a gun to his head. He goes, "I'm from the Rap Coalition of America. You like rap music?" And he had the guy do that, and he knocked him out.
But this is what you would hear when you were there.
Yeah.
It would. So listen, I didn't like dance music at all.
No.
That place was incredible.
That's what
It
you did to
was
get laid.
incredible. I mean, look at the girl that's dancing with the robot here. She's
We used to
amazing.
stand. That's what I was saying. My friend, I pulled him over the riser. We were at the bottom,
Holy
and
schmoly.
I told him like, look up, and he looked up, and they're not wearing no underwear. They're
Yeah.
wearing mini skirts, and he's like, oh, and I'm like, welcome to
I mean,
pulsations,
the
dude.
first time I went with the girl I'm talking about, I mean, we had to go. She had to go get a whole outfit just to go there.
Yeah, and it was in the middle of fucking nowhere from where I
Back
lived.
then, now it's
not so
like
much. But
halfway from here to the.
down
Well, for
by-
me, it's the liquor store I go to in Delaware.
it was down by the fucking log.
Not that I
cabin
would
inn.
ever buy liquor in another state and bring it to
No.
Pennsylvania.
No.
We do all
That's-
our drinking in the parking lot.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there.
All right. Zombie dust.
Zombie dust. So we've got our beer.
All right, I'm going to turn off the disco music or whatever
Oh, okay.
that's called.
And I'll do where's
So wait, here's Billy. He's
Here's
got a
my stuff.
pulsations fact. I'll just do this before we get to the beer.
Yes.
They filmed an episode of America's Most Wanted, and my mom was on the show. She wasn't the most wanted, just in the crowd, although she was probably guilty of something. If I had read that with perfect timing, it would have been extremely funny.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I can't read with timing.
No,
I have none.
I have this.
Maybe if I'd done it with a little bit of cadence.
We can have a little bit of class now.
All right.
So
I'll burp to that.
yeah. So this week it's Zombie Dust from
Zombie
Three
Dust.
Floyds Brewing Company from where the fuck are these guys from? Illinois? I think they're from Illinois.
I can't even make out who made these cans. I don't know that logo.
I forgot to bring a glass, so we're just it's pale
A-
ale, so
it
it's
says
pale.
AG.
Munster, Indiana.
American graphics.
I don't know.
Hmm.
So
Not bad. They did some cool stuff here.
it's a neat can. That's I always try for like a really cool can, but so many of them are IPAs, and if you drink IPA,
It's a
you
4-color
should
can.
Just
It's white,
die.
some kind of greenish yellow, black, and a red.
And yeah, it's
And that's
neat.
it. The crown is made of a screen of black.
Ooh, I think you're gonna like this.
All right. All right. I'm getting there.
I'm pissed I didn't bring a glass, but oh well.
Oh, it smells like an
Yeah.
IPA.
Well, it's a pale ale. Excuse me.
Oh, it's got some green color to it. No, that's the
No.
lights.
It is actually
This-
pretty dark for a pale ale.
It's
It's kind of
good.
like Bass Ale, but
But it's hoppy.
it's hoppy. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's hoppy and malty at the same time. And that's the thing. If you're gonna do hop, it's got to be malty. If it's just all hops like Hop Devil, I'll
Then it-
kill you.
yeah,
I'll lose my mind.
Well, it gets a little.
It starts to. It tastes like you're licking a pine tree,
Yeah.
and I don't like to lick a pine tree. Actually, it tastes like I was climbing my grandmom's pine tree and trying to get
The only
shit
time
off
I
my
want to lick a
hands.
pine tree is after one of those frogs been rubbing up against it.
Mm.
There you go. All right.
Or a cheerleader had just climbed it.
I know her.
There you go.
She
Yeah,
worked-
that's
I think
not-
she worked at cheerleaders too.
probably. Oh dear God, that fucking place. What do you think?
I like it. I really do.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
After the first one, I wouldn't care any bit about the hoppiness, to be honest with you.
No, probably not.
Flying
What is it?
high
It's
again.
it's 6.5%
Oh, good.
alcohol.
That's great. I got to get up and go to
There you
work
go.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Good.
so do I. It's no biggie.
Damn it. And I think I have a cold.
Thank you for Bree for picking these up for me because
Thank you, Bree.
I wasn't. She actually picked it out too. I was trying to. I started going to Kunda
Okay.
because Joe's out of anything that's not an IPA, and I'm sorry, I'm not much of a snob, and I don't like them. I just don't want to do them. They have really cool cans. I think it'd be really neat to try them, but there's just too many.
Well,
of
you
them.
know, Kunda used to be one of the big suppliers to
yeah.
the restaurants in the Philadelphia. I don't know if they still are, but they were.
We used to get our stuff from them when I was a bartender.
My buddy was the head chef at Eulogy in Center City, and that's where they got all their beer from. And Eulogy had probably one of the best selections back. You know, I guess it's going on. What was 2006? So that was 17 years ago or something like that. 18,
Three
18?
years, no more.
What?
Nothing. Leave my denial alone.
I don't know. But you know, they were the supplier, and there were, you know, their brag point was that they had over 101 different types of beer. Now you can go to Yards Brewing and King of Prussia,
Yeah.
and they've got that on tap.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
dangerous. That's super dangerous.
We live in a crazy time. And then there's another place in King of Prussia that also has, I don't know if they have 100 and plus taps, but the
Who?
City Works over.
Oh, yeah. I
mean,
don't know what they have. We were only there that one time.
It's so cool, like to, you know, it's so overwhelming the amount of places you can go to and the places you can get, you know, like stuff like that you go, I don't know where to go tonight. There's nowhere to go. Yeah, there's a lot to go. If it was the only place that you had to go to, you would go and you go, this is great.
What makes me nuts are, and this is not a bust on them, places like Screwballs where I wish they would mix it up a little bit.
Oh, if they had
Just have another row of taps and do
do
weekly
specialty
stuff.
beers.
Yes. Oh my
and
God.
then do like, so craft brew night. Tommy, if you're listening,
Yeah, dude. I know you're not, but if you were,
change up your menu a little bit, get some more,
they've been trying that. They
get
do
some
put
yuppie
stuff up
type
there.
food
Yeah.
in, you know, try and bring in a little bit of an infusion of a different crowd.
Yeah, class, but like, not low class.
You know, that would be exciting.
Like, I don't want my family there, if that makes any sense.
I know where you're going with this, and
Yeah.
I'm not even going to touch it with
I'm just saying that's
not even a
that's,
4-foot ball.
Sorry, Dad. But yeah, no, it's
No,
like,
it would be cool. I mean, you know, you have all these local breweries around
there's
here.
a shit ton of them.
So, like, listen, my buddy Frank works at Maggiano's, and they worked out a relationship with one of the local distilleries around here in Norristown. I won't get dull, but they have their liquor there, and they've had days where they've had that company come in. I don't know if I should mention them or not. I don't know if it's cool or not.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know.
There's no, you're not saying good things about them. If you said you tried their liquor and it gave you cancer and your cock fell off, that would be bad.
Either
that-
one of
any of
those
that
would
happen?
be bad, but together that's even worse.
Yeah, it's the friggin' atrocity. But I would assume that didn't happen.
You know, everybody didn't need to know my cock fell off. I just got married.
I
that's
just
all.
guessed.
Jesus.
Ugh.
God.
Anyway,
Can somebody reattach one of those for me?
yeah, you know about good old John Wayne.
John Wayne Bobbitt.
Yeah, it worked for him. He went into porn afterwards.
Did it? He must have had a.
It did, but there was
I
a lot of
never-
cocaine back then, so I'm just going to assume a lot. of
Anyway,
stuff.
so my buddy worked up this relationship with this distillery, and they have their liquor there, and it's kind of cool, and
Yeah.
that it. Funnily, if I can use such a word that doesn't exist,
Is that a word?
nope.
Okay.
That's the bar I spend the most amount of time in when I'm not playing with the band.
Yeah.
Mostly because there's no bands there, and
You
if
can
I'm,
talk to
I
each
can
other.
talk to people and hang out, and I go there and sit there and drink booze and eat lots of Italian food, and I was there. I think I was there 2 times last week.
Jesus Christ.
Well, the one night my son was having band practice here. It was Thursday evening, and his band they're transitioning from one rehearsal space to another, so they need a place to rehearse. And that's great. I've got everything here. We're in a room that has a full PA
It's a
and
music room, yeah. It's a recording studio.
You know, there's a bass amplifier, there's a PA system, there's four guitar amplifiers that are fully functional.
Yeah, we're fucking classy here.
And so they needed a place to practice, and it was the second week in a row, and I just didn't feel like being here for it. You know, not that it's bad or anything like that. It's just sitting directly above it in the living room, it's loud as fuck. And you know, I just
You didn't just like take your, strip down your underwear and sit on the floor.
it's just not. No, I only did that when the girl band practiced here.
Oh, that
Yeah,
makes
that
sense.
was
Yeah,
good,
that
yeah.
would be kind of. Yeah, that
Yep.
would fucking scar you. Yeah, I can see that.
they did these long pulsating things.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so we mosey on over to Maggiano's and KOP and
It's freaking me out.
did that, and it was cool. And I got to see my buddy Frank, and I was there that past Sunday night because we usually go there on Sunday nights, or if I'm off on a Friday, I'll go there on a Friday night. We go there a lot. That's
Yeah.
yeah. And then my other place I like to go to, I know I'm pushing KOP, man.
We have to. It's where we live,
I go to
and we want free stuff. Just saying.
what's that place?
Which
It's
one?
so great I can't remember the name. It's got a terrible name.
What do you do there?
That what's it called? What the hell is that place called? It's over there by the old it's where Bally's used to be.
Oh, Capitol Grill.
No, that's not what I'm talking
I
about.
will smite
The place
your ass.
next door,
What's that?
Watson's, or what the hell is that place called?
I don't know.
Jeez, and I was saying how great it is.
I don't know, man. They're all places I
Not
can't
just
afford.
not just enough. We don't. My wife won't go there
Ah.
anymore. She got raped by another woman. No, that never happened.
That place is expensive.
It's a
$2 $2 a time.
$10 cover charge.
$10 cover, but every chick comes by and wants $2.
Alexander's.
Oh, there
That
you
was
go.
the place I
Okay.
was trying to think of. Sorry. Phew. Really cool place. And you know, Alexander's is great because, well, first of all, the food is excellent. I mean, you can get a steak there for about $35, and you may say that that's kind of steep, but not when you're going to the Capitol Grill and spending 65, or going over to other steak places in King of Prussia for like $70 for a steak. I mean, for crying out loud.
Yeah, I'll make my own. Thank you. That's
But if it's
madness.
aged, I understand there's time involved. You got to do
that
what you
just
got
means
to do.
it's fucking old, man. You're paying more for
Oh,
old
that-
meat.
Yeah, but it tastes so
I
good.
know.
My God. Oh my God.
Uh,
Anyway, yeah. So I go if I want a good steak, or I want some mild seafood. I'll call it
mild.
mild. It's not they're not like you're not going to go there for clams and oysters and all that. It's
Oh,
they'll do a little surf and
a
turf
little
kind of
white
stuff.
fish and
Yeah, they do it right, and it's a great place. Great place. Great place. Great place. Well, you can get a cow for $80, Billy, in Africa,
yeah.
and it's all skin and bone. And the best you're doing there is spare ribs, beef spare
Mm.
ribs.
I love those.
But I dig that place. It's a good place. What I would prefer is a local restaurant chain to come in. Like Davio's is a smaller chain. That they do have restaurants all through the country, but they're not like overly corporate or whatever. But I would prefer like when Ralph's from South Philly opened up in King of Prussia.
Oh yeah.
I went there, and that was the second satellite Ralph's I'd gone to. And I will say this: it was not that great, and it wasn't good at the other location they opened up outside of Philadelphia and Ambler as well. Just not that great, Yeah, ambiance counts for something, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you a place that is really cool ambiance, really cool setting,
Just enough.
and it's
They've got mirrors. Remember those commercials? Makes your house look bigger.
it-
That's how they
what
do it.
I know. They did expand it somehow, I think, but
There's no way.
The-
it's the room is smaller
I
than
know.
this, man.
Well, I think they have an outdoor area
It's
now.
like having like strippers in your mom's basement.
Well, before it became just enough, it was something else. I think
The U-turn in.
you turn in, and I had a buddy.
Not that I've ever been there or do anything
Well,
like that.
my buddy Rich, who used to work here, used to run go-go clubs back in the late '80s and through the '90s and stuff like that. And he used to refer to the U-turn in as the place
Where
where
you got crabs.
no,
Oh.
probably,
Oh.
but it was the place where hookers.
Hookers went to die.
Oh no. God. where dancers careers went to end.
Oh yeah, gotcha. I thought that was
And so we went there one
I
night.
thought that was Adult World in Collegeville.
They didn't have dancers there.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I don't know.
They run the register.
I don't know anything about it.
And then
Anyway,
they go on My 600-Pound Life.
that's where I'm
Yeah,
going. So we went there. I guess it was about, I don't know, it was like 2006 or something. We went there, and I think we ran into one of the dancers from my bachelor party. And I remember the dancers at my bachelor party. Not that I remember what they looked like. I just know that they were all thin, and these girls were not. Now, Just Enough is not that way. They have
no,
some- they
it's
have some
really nice. No,
really
they're,
nice.
They're, yeah, it's nice.
There's
a
one
very nice
one
place.
one woman that I know that works there who is extremely talented and extremely attractive. Now, I haven't seen her work. I've only seen her
No,
stuff on Facebook.
I gotta say, for where it is and everything, and it's not hideously expensive. It's not like the White Room over in Camden or any of those weirdo places where guys are standing outside with Uzis in their jacket pocket. But it I was surprised. I've only been there like once.
I got as
anyone
far as the
knows.
front door, and they said $10 cover charge, and I said no fucking way.
Well, what happens is they come around, and this is where it gets doubly expensive. Every 30 seconds, maybe minute 30, maybe somewhere within that, another woman comes around.
That's what happens though.
But like
Now, so
but at other places, it's not that quick.
so
I mean, this is like a
wait,
carousel.
So I'll contrast that to the time I was there before with the old owners, old management, back in the 90s or 2000s or whatever the hell it was. They had like 4 dancers, and 3 of them were upstairs with people.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was bad. It was
Well, the place is called Just Enough because they don't
it was barely enough.
do that.
It
but,
wasn't even good enough.
But they come around and they you tip them $1, and if you're
But that was the U-turn in. I'm
but
not
if-
talking about Just
yeah
Enough.
no, Just Enough's totally legit.
It's a definitely upscale now, but I do think, Jim, that they expanded the size of it.
How?
I think they cut into another part of the building.
They take over that auto place across the street?
No, that's where I take my car.
Is it?
Yeah,
My cousin used to run that place. I don't know if he still does.
Bob Knox.
I don't know if that's him or not.
Bob Knox Auto is across the street from
It used
there.
to be Oh, I know which one. No, this was BP. This is the one that's up on the hill.
It's the one
Down
up on the
street.
hill.
Is that it?
That when
Oh.
you're driving past, you see cars in
Yeah,
the grass.
he has like the swimming pool on its side in the parking lot for a long time.
Well, I can't attest to that or not.
Oh,
I can just test.
There you go.
But yeah, it's where I take my Mustang.
Oh. It's a good place. I got to start going back there.
It's a very good place.
That's
and
why I drove that Chernobyl
They've-
Corvette.
They
and
work
dropped
on
it off.
my Element there. I've taken the Mini there for inspections. So I've taken all of my cars there at some point.
I gotta check them out then. I gotta go back up there. I gotta see what's going on. My dad goes there, so I think he only goes to
My
places
neighbor
he's
Bob
related
told
to.
me about the place. So if it's a warranty issue, I'm not going to take a car there for warranty
No,
work.
I gotta get a fob.
They might be
Mini.
able to farm it out. Oh, Jesus, dude! That's another $200.
I know. Not my problem.
Jeez, man, you just
It's at that stage where
Yeah,
shit just breaks, and the girl works. She's got the money.
yeah, but you don't work for the car. Yeah, so I'll tell you a story, man.
Well,
back
she does, because what else does she have to pay
But
for?
that's dumb. So when I was how old was I in 1991?
I 23.
23. I guess that's
Jesus Christ.
maybe it was longer.
When the fuck did that happen?
1990. I was 22. So I had
Wait, really?
yeah, I
Okay,
decided
I was going
to
to say, when did I get good at math?
I decided to buy a car. I went and got this Dodge. I went up to Reedman, and I got what in those days was considered a sport car. It wasn't a muscle car.
An LTD?
I bought a Dodge Daytona
Oh,
with a
that one,
V6
yeah.
engine, which was for a front wheel drive, it was a pretty sporty little car. And
They weren't like the Daytonas of the 70s.
driving that car one day, hit some black ice, car slid down,
You want to talk
And-
to somebody? Oh, wait, it went away. Where'd he go? Okay.
slid down a road, and bent the wheel up under the car. Okay, get the car fixed. Then my father totals my car that I owned prior to that, or he owned, whatever. I had a Cougar.
Yeah.
Maybe I
Ma-
thought-
yeah.
He totaled that car. So he has the bright idea. So that was incident number 2 on the insurance. Has the bright idea to go get a Trans Am used
Ooh.
with T-tops.
Ooh.
in Northeast Philadelphia in 1990.
Hmm.
What do you think happened to that car?
I think it leaked and was shitty and had a bad transmission.
They popped the roof and stole the car.
Mm.
Whereupon the insurance company said, "You're fired," and dropped the entire family.
Wow.
I was, sub 25 at this point, 20 years old with a full bank loan. I had to go get insurance,
Oh my God.
and they put me in what in those days they called the pool. So I went to this insurance agent who explained to me, he said, listen, kid, this is what you're going to
You need
do.
to put a tattoo on your arm.
You're going to be in the pool for 1 year. I will get you out of it, but you're going to have to be in it for 1 year. My insurance in 1990 for 1 year, $6,700.
What the fuck?
If I remember correctly, it was
I don't think I paid that much in my
My
entire
car
life.
payment was $227. Okay, so let's just do some quick math here. I made $350 a week as an editorial assistant at that point, and I was playing in a band. So $350. Then you take the taxes out. I was negative every month after I paid my car payment and my car insurance. Had to do it for 1 year so I could get insurance.
What's up, man?
What's going on, fellas?
Oh,
Hey,
no.
man.
Commiserating about insurance.
Oh, that you ain't fucking shitting me. God damn, that's a lot of money back then.
It was a lot of money. It was probably, I don't know what the equivalent of that would be today. What would that
Like a
be?
house
I
payment.
don't know, but I was around partying and doing coke and riding around in an IROC with my buddy, and he had everything, but I couldn't imagine pulling it off by myself. Oh man.
I was living in my parents' basement at the time, so
Dancing at the strip club to make that payment.
but
Fuck.
literally, I was basically a slave to the job I had at that point, unless I could find something better. Working to make the payment to go to work, like it was all just a big circle. And
Yeah.
it was about a year or two later, I got engaged, and
Oh,
God.
well, yeah, you really needed that on top of all them fucking
that was a
payments.
good thing because I got married, and then my insurance dropped
Is
way
that,
down.
Is that how that happens?
Insurance, if you're married, your
Yeah,
insurance
if you're
drops.
married or turn 25,
Did they
and
assume
then
you
25
settled?
too. So
next thing you get to look forward to is retirement, and that's it.
well, that's right around the corner at this point.
Shit, I'm not going.
Yeah, well, it's pretty fuck. Anyway,
So I take it you're a welder.
yeah, I was for years.
I hope you wore the mask. Otherwise, you're a
Huh?
blind guy.
What do you say?
I said, I hope you wore the mask. Otherwise, now you're a blind guy.
No, I ain't blind. I didn't wear no fucking.
Man,
What about the hood?
I remember when I was my last job.
Do I wear my hood?
We had a guy welding inside of a bin. It was about 4x4.
Oh,
And he was down, and it was about 15 feet deep. He was down at the bottom of it all by himself, nobody around. And he's using an arc welder.
They're
And
all arc
the
welder.
flag popped out, went into it, hit him on the leg, went through his suit, down his leg, and lodged in his shoe.
nice.
And
Talk about
just
hot foot.
sat there and burned.
Did he have lace up shoes or regular boots?
He had lace up boots.
Yeah, that's why
He was
you
in
don't
an
wear
enclosed
them.
space. He dropped the stinger, so it was arcing all over the place and the thing, and he's screaming. Oh my God, it was a fucking nightmare.
I thought you were gonna say it went in his eye. I've had the shit go.
No,
I've had shit in my eyes where they've had to drill it out. You go to the eye place, the eye
Yeah, I've done
doctor,
that.
and they go in with the little bitty drill. You don't even feel it or nothing, but it. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a piece of metal taken out of my eye with a hypodermic needle. The guy like pried it out. He's like 107 years old, and his hands are really shaky. and he's coming at your eyeball with a needle, and he's in the last second before he contacts your eyes, like, don't blink.
Yeah. Don't shake, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm sorry. Is there anybody here that doesn't have Parkinson's?
No, they had a thing there that doesn't have Parkinson's.
Holy
They had
shit.
a chick that held your shit, man, because it took a while. I thought I was on A Clockwork Orange, you know. Remember that movie? And they drilled the fucking shit out, but they did it twice. But
Oh, yeah, that's no fun.
No.
I don't want to watch as it comes in because it's like being in the bottom. It's like being underwater and somebody touches the water and it ripples. Like,
fuck, I don't. That's been a long fucking time ago. But they did give me some a small amount of like numbing shit because they used to give us shit.
yeah, it does
in
nothing.
your eyes when you burnt your eyes, and then they quit that because people would go back to work welding and they would just fucking hurt. They would damage their eye more than what they normally would without that shit. So they quit handing that shit out. But I got my hands on some, and
So
I
what are you
just
doing now?
kind
Besides
of
talking to us on our lame ass show.
Yeah.
enjoying kind of retirement.
Nice.
How did you find the P Word show?
I don't know. I was looking through the Podbean.
He did a keyword search for the word shit.
No. I just look through fucking live and I go through it. And there's a bunch of shows. Not a bunch, but there's a few shows that I listen to, and I'll call in and fuck with them and bullshit with them. And I saw this one and I said, hey, these good dudes sound pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
that's an illusion.
here we are. I like the guy Doc with a fucking Budweiser. That's really what made it.
On the thing.
Really?
He's the king of beers.
You're damn right.
He's loud and clear. I'm not understanding.
I don't know. Facebook's all jacked up, man. You ever like Mr. Robbins is having issues with? We start the show at 8:30, but for him it says 9:30.
Well, Jim, can you hear the stuff when on your end, Mr. Robbins?
On what, Facebook or?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was hearing it on Facebook, but it sounded pretty weird. It wasn't clear.
It's weird.
Weird is what we're
I'm
shooting
putting the
for.
microphone on so I can hear the show through the broadcast.
It's gonna
echo in a
yeah,
second.
it's gonna echo like crazy.
That's always me. If y'all want me to put my headphone things on, I'll do that.
Yeah. No.
Am I echoing?
No. We're just screwing with our stuff here.
Real cool.
He is not coming
Yeah,
through.
he's not coming in. That's really weird.
All right, so something's not right. Give me a second here.
Yeah, we drink a lot, so we screw this up.
I do too, man. Fuck, I drink way too much. Fuck.
What's that? Yeah, I know. I was gonna bring some absinthe over and do that, but I thought that'd be really messy.
Yeah, I did 14 hours straight drinking, nothing to eat. Saturday, and did 11 or 12 yesterday, and started at about 9 or 10 this morning. I don't know what time is it. 8 something. So
I don't
and
think
we're on a roll here.
Broadcast there.
Nah, it's a shame. Well, he'll be on there.
No, I don't think we're not either.
Well, you know what? You're gonna have to we're gonna have to download the stuff so that his brilliance can be heard.
No, welders are always fucking. Most of them are all drinkers.
Oh God, yeah. Well, you would have to be.
What is going on, Jerry?
Huh?
Help me
Let
understand.
me go get me another beer out the fridge. Excuse me here real quick. Oh man, I don't want to get up.
All right, so you know what? We should probably do the news.
Okay, I'm good with the news.
All right, so Mr. Welder, we're gonna cut you loose.
But here's the other thing: they're not going to hear the news.
They'll hear the news. We'll be good.
I think.
And
I might,
hey, man, hang around, and you're come back anytime.
He went to go get a beer.
Oh well, I'm gonna mute him anyway.
turn that down. Well, that's just disappointing.
Yeah, that sucks.
What
All right.
happened,
I
Jerry?
don't know. I don't know.
I might need to put a speaker on behind us so we can actually hear the music.
My God, what a nightmare.
This is like live people sitting in a room with no microphones. How embarrassing. Once again, fail. Sound effects don't work. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, people.
All right.
Maybe he wasn't real, Billy. That's the.
I'm not sure any of this is real. I'm pretty sure mathematically this is not. So
Why would that not work?
That's just disappointing. Yeah, that sucks.
Is that can you hear that now?
what?
Well, you're the perfect person. So
I can hear you. That's what's weird. I just couldn't hear him.
but they may not be able to hear him.
Oh. You're the perfect person. I can hear you. That's what's weird. Oh my God. Why can they not hear him?
No, we're just going off of my microphone on my phone, I think.
Mm-hmm. But that's plugged into here. Where's the input?
No, but you see how it's not really that close. Like if that was picking us up off of these microphones,
yeah, we wouldn't sound so ridiculous.
We sound ridiculous.
So we're not getting we're not getting anything in deep. Where's this coming from?
Well, that comes from this.
And that's here. Okay, so that makes sense.
That's the input.
Yeah, and then
which is why we can hear ourselves in the headphones.
Well, we'll have to figure this out.
I'm gonna work on it for a real.
Okay.
What do you mean? You guys have nothing going over on Facebook?
Yeah, they can't hear the Podbean live, like any of the callers aren't being heard through the Facebook.
Oh yeah, then you guys the callers and all that never were. You couldn't even hear me on Facebook.
Ever? Oh. It's been like this forever. Ever? Oh. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, you only heard you guys.
Well, we'll have to figure this out. Now it just sounds like I'm talking to myself then. That's terrible. Well, hey.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you know what? You got to go to podbean.com and listen to the show. That's where the you know what that people have to do is go to Podbean, listen to the show.
So they don't hear any of the music we play?
No, they hear the music. Oh, let's play some music. I'm gonna play.
They just don't hear any callers. You can't hear any callers. Like you wouldn't be able to hear me. They wouldn't be able to hear Welder. It's just you guys.
All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a quick ad from our sponsor. Let me do that.
Doc, can you hear me, Doc?
Oh yeah.
See, me and Doc can hear one another. Me and Doc can sit here and get fucked up all night.
Yeah, guys, you got to admit that you're powerless over alcohol and your lives have become unmanageable. So yeah. I don't think that came over Facebook. That's messed up.
It was kind of low at this end.
Yeah. Let's see.
You got my dog looking at the damn phone. That's fucking funny. That cartoon noise.
Yeah, so apparently all the effects.
That's funny.
Oh well, it's just our lovely voices.
I doubt that. It's just
Well, Doc, has it always been like that?
Yeah.
That's fucking funny, man.
Holy shit.
I mean, you can hear you guys and like I think some sound effects and all that, but if anybody calls in, you wouldn't be able to hear them.
Oh, that sucks. That's really weird.
I'm glad I called in when I did.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, no wonder we
They're
suck
missing
so hard.
half the show. We're sitting here doing Chicken Man, and they're not hearing any Chicken Man. They're seeing nothing. They're hearing Nothing Man.
Oh my God, that's terrifying.
I got a solution to this.
Oh?
Oh, I always got a solution, Jerry.
Oh, there's that. Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
I got a solution.
He's got a very thick cable, so that should do it.
I don't
Oh, is that
want
what you call it these days?
Well, I wouldn't use
to
the
hear
word
about
thick.
fucker's thick cable. He can keep that to himself and his wife. Fuck.
Oh man. Oh, so you're gonna okay. So I see what's gonna happen. He's gonna pump all shit from my computer out into the world. Okay. Over here. All right. That's what we do, man. We just like, fool around with shit while we're trying to be on the air and stuff.
That's normal, man. That's why I like shit like this instead of some professional fucking punk shit that
Yeah, we are
the guys had nothing to do with.
we're absolutely not professional, so that's perfect.
No, well, that's why I like that. It's a cool show.
I don't hear anything. Oh my god, there it goes. Holy
We all heard that. Boom.
Oh. I think I just lost my soul. You put a little treble in there.
What do y'all listen to, man? Please tell me not country.
What are you doing? Oh shit! And he just unplugged it all, tripping over it.
Oh, fuck. He fucked it up.
We are the worst. Maybe we should put the beer tasting towards the end of the show.
I think what we need is a broadcast iPod board.
Sure.
But I just bought this one, so we'll have to.
I mean, this is supposed to be going into there.
It's supposed to be doing all of this,
and it is going there.
So I think it's working now.
Oh, something's working.
Does it come with a bottle of Jack or Johnny Walker or something?
So the people out there, can you guys hear him talking now?
Yeah, I've always heard him.
You can't make this shit up, people. I'm sorry. Everybody missed the pulsation thing. I'll put the pulsation thing back on.
The weird thing is when you on live on Facebook, it's like a delay for some reason.
Well, there's always a delay. Yeah, I don't know why they, maybe they do that for some reason I can't explain. So now I've got, there's the pulsations music. So I guess that's working.
Pulsation.
Let's try.
Ozzy.
Let's try this. See if this works. This is always one of my favorites to play. Hold on now. Skip that. Put that there. Put that there.
Something told me you were going to play that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much a given here.
And it
got another thing coming.
Timed out.
What the
fuck
is going on?
How did we ever get in trouble for anything? That's what I want to know.
Because it's on here, not there.
Yeah, but it was
something had to be working.
I didn't hear it.
We have an issue.
Wait, what's this connected to?
That's hooked up to the PA.
All right. I was like,
that's why we sound like we're in a bathtub.
Nice. I like it.
Now I can't get a signal.
What?
Yeah, I lost my signal to the internet.
Oh.
Just shine a fucking flashlight in the sky. Give them the bat signal. All good, man.
You can't win for losing.
Well, we're just going to come down here one of these nights. And
send a call out for the white-winged warrior.
Not with Spicoli. I go back Spicoli. You remember Spicoli, right?
I own Spicoli.
Damn.
Do you know who I am?
I do.
What?
My ex-wife?
That's right.
Easy now. Easy.
The Antichrist.
Wait, I don't even see this motherfucker on the panel.
Well,
Is this friend, best friend, or whatever, the potato guy,
no.
Mr. Potato Head?
Satan is not my best friend.
No way, pork pouch.
So Billy says everything's working now. So I don't know. Maybe
Who the fuck knows? I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't. I mean,
I don't smoke.
nah.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad.
Well, my computer's frozen. That's what's happening.
What the hell now?
Yeah.
Does nothing work. Where are we?
I feel like I'm at work, because that's nothing
Christ,
works at
Amy.
my job half the time. Let's see if this works. Hold it.
All right.
Touch it. Touch it.
Everybody hear that?
Just touch it.
Rocket. Party tonight.
All right, so that we got that working.
Oh, there you go.
But
That's because it's pumping out of there.
we got no wasp.
What the fuck?
Look. Get out.
Well, now we're sort of moving over there.
Yeah.
I think the internet just didn't like you playing Wasp.
you're proud.
Just do this from now on, man.
Yeah, that might work. I mean, it sounds fine. That's all right. We can deal with
It's
this.
interesting. The headphones are strange.
As long as it doesn't destroy the the download, because Paula needs something to listen to tomorrow, and
Yeah, well, I'm
tomorrow
at
and
I'll be
Thursday.
at the office in person live.
Yeah. God. There you go.
That's working. That's not me.
No, that was me.
I'm sorry.
All right.
That was pretty good, Jim.
Thank you.
How about this? Let's see.
Bullshit.
Now this is just us playing, so
Yeah. I drank beer heavily. I tried drugs enthusiastically.
No, not
Oh, man, I've done enough of that shit.
Let me say something.
Look, when I was a kid, I
I see it all the time.
frequently.
I gave her white hair.
I gave myself white hair, about 20.
Oh Lord. Well, we got that working at least.
I think we got that figured out.
All right. Look at us go. Now we just have to be a little loud and obnoxious.
This is Steel Panther, if you don't know.
Yes, I know.
Come on, man, turn that shit up. That's Ozzy. I don't know. People look at me and say, "See you when it's a final day."
I think so.
Yeah? Well,
I'm drunk.
My work.
What's the future of mankind? How do I know I got left behind, oh Lord?
too much talent. Ah,
Everyone goes through changes, looking to find
Don't
me.
stay out too late.
Don't look at me for answers.
I don't know.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Ugh.
Turn that motherfucker up.
Vladimir Putin.
Fuck Putin.
Vladimir Putin.
Supposed to know hidden reasons that will never show.
Touch it.
This is
Touch
seriously confusing.
I know.
Yeah.
What's the future of mankind? How do I know I got left behind, outlawed?
Ready?
Okay.
What's your name, scumbag? No shit.
Needed someone Looking for the truth. And don't look at me for answers. Don't ask me. I don't know.
He sounds better than Ozzy.
I don't know.
No shit.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Are you sure, Private Pile?
I don't know.
From now on, you will speak only when spoken
All
to.
right, we degenerated to 10-year-olds.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite movies.
Oh my god.
What happened to the song though, man? I get to get.
Yeah.
I jam on the drums too, man. I play drums and fucking wake it everybody up.
I don't give a fuck.
Hey, be nice there.
Damn, I'm late for class.
Fuck you, man.
Hey. So,
Yeah. What is going on?
we need to do a plug for Friday.
Oh. Okay. Well, for those of you that are locally oriented to the King of Prussia area,
Yes,
All of a sudden, he gets serious.
I agree with that.
see, Friday night
Yes,
at the King of Prussia Diner
indeed.
in downtown King of Prussia. It wasn't that difficult. It's just downtown King of Prussia.
I know.
You need to stop it.
Yes,
What?
we can.
Okay.
All right,
Listen.
go ahead. It's all you.
Friday night at the King of Prussia Diner, my cover band, Old School, will be playing from 9 o'clock till somewhere around 1 o'clock. We'll be doing all that 80s hard rock and metal from the 70s as well.
Ain't just me, by the way. I don't see you doing any better in the booty department.
Dude. Anyway, so that's going on. So if you've got nothing to do, absolutely nothing, like I always say,
And I don't.
come on down. And then Saturday, I'll be playing somewhere around 1:30 or 2 o'clock, I think, at the Fire in Philadelphia with my original band called Instinct.
Wait.
I don't know what time slot we have, but the show starts at 1:30 and it should be fun. It goes till about 6 o'clock. So you can go down there and watch the show if you want, or you don't have to. It's a live show with all female fronted hard rock bands is what I understand it as. And then at 6 o'clock, you're free to go about your business in the cabin. I don't care what you do. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be interesting. And then next Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve,
Yeah.
Old School will be at Screwballs in King of Prussia. It's a tradition, only interrupted by 2 years for reasons we won't mention.
Yes.
One of them was COVID.
No.
Oh, it was marijuana and loud music or something.
Sounds pleasant.
It was.
We can make our own soundboard, Jim.
Oh, we totally can.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Screwballs on Wednesday. So, oh my God. So, oh shit. That's.
Oh, and the other thing I wanted to talk about,
Huh.
New Year's Eve.
That's right.
I didn't even get into this. So,
No.
all right, it's enough with that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So New Year's Eve, Old School, probably doing, well, I don't want to say the biggest show we've ever done, but a pretty big show.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm done. I'll close it. There you go. There we go.
It's worse than when I do it.
I'm behaving.
We're going to be at a place called Arnold's Entertainment Center in Oaks, Pennsylvania, which is about 6 minutes from King of Prussia. So if you're willing to drive to King of Prussia, it's only 6 minutes longer. There's a place in there called the Water Tower. It's open air kind of event place. And they're going to have all kinds of specials on New Year's Eve. So I'm going to get the flyer up here so I can read it like a normal person because I can't riff that well. I'm not that good. I used to be, but I'm old and blind. So let me get to the.
There you go.
So here it is. I got the sheet
It's
here.
even smaller.
I know
It sucks.
Did that work? Nope. Didn't do shit. All right, here we go. Nope, that's not working. I gotta.
Just scroll up and there you go. That didn't work.
That didn't work either.
That sucks.
I can't see shit.
Right
Okay, well,
back.
anyway, they're gonna have from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. unlimited go-karts, laser tag, unlimited bowling, and the laser tag's unlimited as well. Unlimited arcade play, a dinner buffet, and live music from Old School. my band. Now, that comes in at $80 for an additional $20. And this appeals to me because I'm one of the alcoholics of the world.
True.
Open bar, $100. If you buy your ticket ahead of time, $100 gets you all of that. Now let's think about it. A regular night, just a night out with your girl and maybe a couple friends. You go bowling.
You're gonna blow that.
How much are you going to spend just going bowling for the evening? Probably $50, right?
It's been
Get some snacks and some wet the back neck a little bit, beverages,
And an 8-ball. Shit.
Well, they're not supplying the 8 balls. You have to do that on your own. That's a special deal.
Yes.
But let's think about that. How much does it cost to go for go-karts for the afternoon or the evening? Laser tag, unlimited bowling, arcade play, and a free live band. $100, open bar and buffet. $100 gets you all that. You can get your tickets right now online at Arnold's online. There's a link on the Old School Rocks Philly page to get you there. Or you can look up the Water Tower in Oaks, Pennsylvania. But I don't think it's listed under there, so I'm not going to pump that too hard. So let me see if I can find the link for Arnold's.
You talk, I'll look for the link.
Okay. I just want to read off the www properly.
Yeah.
Man, why in the fuck don't they have shit like that down here, man? They don't ever have fucking shit.
You must live down south or something.
Texas.
Well, they got plenty of stuff in Texas. I go blind in Texas.
Well, I went blind down here, but
you got to stop doing that.
Well, they got all kinds of fucking. I mean, they have shit, but it's not as cheap.
The website is arnoldsffc.com. That's arnoldsffc.com. You go to that website, and the QR code is listed right on the page. You take your phone, you take a picture of that QR code, bam, it takes you to the ticket thing. And you can, if you're a non-drinker, that's fine. They'll give you a free soda. $80 gets you unlimited go-karts, 8 to 2 a.m., unlimited laser tag, unlimited bowling, subject to 2 games depending upon the number of people and have lanes available. Blah, blah, blah. Unlimited
8
arcade
to
play.
2 a.m.?
2 a.m. No redemption of cranes included. I don't know what that means, but there must be a crane. Dinner buffet, live music featuring Old School. Spend an extra $20. $20. Open bar. You must drink responsibly, and you cannot go-kart. I get that.
Go-kart.
I'm going to do myself the right thing since I'm in the band, and I'm going to get there early and see if I can just get on the go-kart,
There you go.
in my green room attire. That means I won't have my costume on.
Well, what are you going to do?
Well, you're in the band, so you do whatever you want to do.
You would think so, but it just doesn't work that way all the time.
There we go.
Anyway,
Well, just go over there and tell the guy in the back wants a bottle, bring a bottle back there. Y'all get fucking smashed, go ride the cars.
No, don't work that way. And we cannot say that on the air. We would never endorse such a behavior. It would not be good. It would not be good.
No, I'm not endorsing that either. I'm saying for your buddy, he might do something like that.
No, never.
Let's see what was his name? Stiggs.
Yeah, he sounds like an asshole.
Huh?
That guy sounds like an asshole.
You slimy scumbag, get on your face and give me 25.
So the link is out there now.
Fucking
There you go.
Sergeant. Fuck, what was his name?
Hardman.
Yeah, god damn, you got good. Oh, you're looking at it.
No, I'm not. I just know it.
How about you?
You're playing the
It's
clip.
coming from him. I'm not doing any of that.
I'm not gonna get a scar like that eating pussy.
There you go.
That was a good movie, man. That's one of my favorite movies.
You're the most entertaining character we've had on the show.
A character? I'm a regular old guy.
He's trying to kill someone.
Well, that's another.
I'm no goddamn character.
How
But
are you?
I know what you're saying, though, man.
There you go.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
I had to remember what the fuck show this is.
Dude,
I've never seen y'all show. Is it on? What days are y'all on?
Tuesdays at 8:30.
Because that's the right time.
What you're gonna have to tell me again? My hearing is fucked up.
I'll
What
put it
year?
on here.
What year? Not what year? What days?
1743.
No, fuck, dick.
I put it in the chat on Podbean.
Oh, there you go. Tuesdays at 8:30.
Yeah,
8:30. What? Central, Eastern.
Eastern time.
Eastern. All right. 7:30 mine. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm awake again.
What? Let's see. Where are we? So we have 10
I don't
minutes.
know where we are, dude.
We got 10 minutes.
We've gone off the rails on the
We don't even have
Uber
rails.
train.
Crazy train.
Billy's saying he might come to yours. He would take an Uber.
Yeah, that'd probably be good. That'd probably be best.
I think I will drive and then I'll Uber my car home. Can you do that? Can I get an Uber guy to drive my car home?
No, I've had to leave my car there once.
I don't know. I got to figure this out. I could always stay till 5.
What? Where?
Sober up.
Still, wait.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
Slow load out.
AM?
That equipment's taking a long time to load to the car.
It's probably
Right.
that wasted. Yeah.
And keep eating, man, so your fucking body soaks up that alcohol.
Now that's the kind of crap my dad used to say to me.
If they
everybody and get a
limo. Test you.
Would they take my gear?
No, they can't take.
You know what I'm thinking about bringing for New Year's Eve?
What's that?
I'm thinking about bringing that one,
Mm-hmm.
that one, and that cabinet there.
Nice.
Stacking a full Mesa stack, 2 heads, and a Marshall cabinet.
That's the place to do it. Because
I know.
Is Hawkeye still the sound guy there?
Yeah, he hates when I do that.
I'd bring.
It's very complicated.
You should bring that gal. I'd bring that gal.
We have a gal?
What gal?
The gal that whatever happened to her, she can't go because one of y'all's other gals outvoted her or some shit.
I have no idea. Have we been babbling?
Remember y'all said wasn't there a fucking gal y'all were gonna bring? She was gonna be in the band, but the other chick said nah.
I don't think
And
so.
my mother's name is Gimpy.
No, I don't think that was us.
Oh, it may not have been.
There's always drama, but that's not part of it. There was the all girl band night, but that's a different thing.
Yeah, that's a different show.
That's this.
Yeah,
Saturday.
fuck it. It was something else. Never mind.
That's all right. We've all been drinking.
Yes.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Enormous amounts of alcohol.
Oh man.
You don't have them, I guess.
So Doc and I were talking about the fact that he was hitting me up about Big Bird being a subversive element in our government now.
Did you see that on SNL?
I did not. No, I didn't see.
It wasn't about him being subversive in our government, but
no, but he was part of the deep state.
It was great. I saw that on the news this week.
Yeah, Big Bird. Yeah.
Yeah. Big Bird's definitely working for. Hey, the metal god is here.
Well, that's about time. I was waiting for him.
Yeah. You should whip out an axe for the last 7 minutes.
I could.
Or you can click on that.
Yeah, you just need to tell me which one.
You're gonna use. You fuck like a beast. So we're talking about the one on the left.
Why is it getting quiet? Hang that shit up.
Yep.
Man, them guys don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, your bass is out of tune, Blackie.
Just a little bit. It's okay.
Have you seen Blackie lately?
Yeah, it's not good.
Holy shit.
I just watched the documentary last night on the guitar player on Amazon.
Really?
It's a little scary.
I didn't even know that was there.
He's a mess.
Well, you would hope so, yeah.
He sounds familiar based upon tonight's show.
Oh, yeah. There is
I
that.
think I watched part of that. I watched it. I watched some shit.
It's a documentary about him. What a great guitar player he was. Still is.
What the hell's it called?
Mean Man.
Is that?
That's what he looks like now.
Oh my god.
And if you saw what he looked like when he was younger, he looked like a surfer dude.
He's looking kind of hard.
What they should do is use him as a poster boy for not doing drugs and drinking.
Well, yeah.
Here he is. This is what he looked like when he was younger.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was a good-looking kid. Yeah. It's funny. Him and the guy from Ozzy, Zach Wilde, had very similar, Nordic-looking. Yeah. He was married to Lita Ford, for Christ's sake. Yeah. Like he went from that to what the hell?
Yeah. I never understood. Lita Ford always looked old to me, even when I was a kid.
Well, she was a lot older than us.
No, but it's like she hasn't aged though, so now she looks better. It's weird.
I would be pleased.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, I was
with my wife's permission, of course. There, you have to have some sort of okay button. Actually, if I had to pick an okay button,
your wife and I sat across from Lita Ford at M3.
I remember.
She was signing. We were just watching her. She was really nice.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
I wanted to go over and say
hi.
My
buddy was backstage at that show.
Yeah.
And they had a pool. He was at the pool with her. They have a pool backstage at M3. And people wonder why I'm so goofy about trying to get old school into M3.
Yeah, that's an atrocity. You guys should be in there.
God, just give me 1 year there, for Christ's sake.
It would be good.
It would be good for everybody.
I mean, you guys, when you did the parking lot, the whole universe shit because they all wanted to do it.
I got a little surprise. I'm going to break right here, right now, live on the P wword.
Well, there you go. Now
old school will be playing the parking lot this year. We're going to do the pre-show here.
Nice.
We are going to do it. I'm working out the details. I'm trying to figure it out. But we are going to be live at M3 this year in some fashion or form. It will be horrific.
That's the good.
I'm working it out. I got a lot of stuff I got to put together and figure out because it's weather permitting. It's generators and equipment, sound equipment, and pyro.
That might work to your advantage, if it's the outside thing.
Really good.
You get rained out, so you're inside, and you might be inside with Lita.
We tried.
Been talked about. Been bandied about.
They
voted upon.
Voted upon and got good ratings, and
they just don't do it.
And then we got fucked.
Get fucked.
I just
Get fucked.
I have a feeling that they think that if they approve you guys, that everybody in the universe is going to try to get in.
Well, they're all trying to be the band in the parking lot now.
Yeah.
Rocket.
That's what ended up happening. Like I had bands contacting me from across the country, trying to understand how they could do what I did.
It's none of your goddamn business.
Well, maybe you should figure it out because I figured it out on my own. It's called guts and determination.
There you go.
There's some plain common knowledge.
Yeah, just work at it. Do some shit.
Do it now.
Who's this piece of shit?
Easy there, fella.
Sorry. Oh, I was gonna say, who's this piece of shit? I clicked on my own.
Pardon me?
Yeah, nothing. So,
Good morning.
yeah.
You know, we didn't do the news. We didn't do Guitar of the Week. We didn't do. We just flew through these.
We had fun.
Yeah, this was a good show. Despite all of our technical problems, we flew through this show, and that's a good thing. That's the way that it should go every week. Last week I was feeling a little ill. I laid on the floor.
Yeah, I thought our ratings would go up if you had died on the show. So.
I was not feeling well. There was something very wrong, and I didn't have the strength to get up and turn the show off. So
you don't know what those fucking ants had to eat. Those fucking ants could have ate something so fucked up.
I think they were eating
their
his ass.
venom. Their venom that they pump in you could have been super toxic.
Oh, we don't have those ants up here.
Is there any way you can lift this stuff?
No. Oh, yeah.
Give me the pen.
Absolutely can, yes.
Yeah, I think that would.
But no, we don't have those ants up here. I don't think we have any stinging or really horrifying ants up here.
How tall are you, Private?
Down fucking south? Yeah.
I didn't know they stack shit that tall.
Do you suck dicks?
Are you a Peter Pupper?
Are you a Peter Pupper?
Dear Lord.
What's your name, scumbag?
Only faggots and sailors are named Lawrence.
Bullshit. From now on, you're Private Snowball. Do you like that name?
Oh.
Oh, my goodness.
He's on fire tonight, man.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a good movie, man.
One of the best.
I honestly love the beginning. It's once they get to Vietnam, I'm just like, nah.
No, it's all the basic training stuff's the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I'll be watching you like he's gonna try to fuck him or something. Like he's gonna try to fuck this sergeant up his ass in the fucking barracks. I find that hilarious.
All right, we're at 10, man.
All right, it's fine.
Well, fuck it. Don't freak out, man.
So watching you from Kiss.
So we're going to fade out with this, and then we'll be back next week.
Tune in for more next week, kids. It'll be just as bad.
That's right.
Yeah, right. I like that.
You'll be listening. Probably not.
Who's this?
Hey, is that Stefakel? Man, I can't see.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
You got to open up your eyes, Welder.
No, they are open. They're just fucked up, man. That in my ears and back. That's funny.
Yeah, good night, people.
All right, man. Y'all take care. Thanks for having me.
Call in again next week.
Absolutely.
Everything.